Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes. Now, we know Starmer is dodgy on tax. He has, and I'll reiterate this, we've talked about it before, but he has his own personal tax law to ensure his pension isn't taxed. It is the Keir Starmer Pension Act, in his name only. Only affects him. Everyone else pays it, but not him. He's also been a bit dodgy with his inheritance tax, as we've seen over the last couple of days. And then we have his little coterie of high taxers. Now, obviously, Rachel Reeves is no longer the Chancellor, except in name only. Torsten Bell, he's the one running Britain's economy at the moment. And he's a man who really loves, he gets a right lardy hard-on for high taxes, and he wants high taxes. But he's only one member of this little financial committee that exists within number 10, not the Treasury. And this is where the danger lies. You're concentrating that power all in one little room full of wankers. Well, they have this committee, and one of the other members on this committee is someone who is rather like Starmer, as in doesn't like paying tax. Her name is Baroness Shafi. She's 63. She's a crossbench peer, which means that she's not a Labour appointed peer, but I think, she's probably very Labour when you see what she's doing. Now, she was appointed to this committee by Starmer on the 1st of September. This is one of those, we are moving into phase 2 of universal domination, government. And she has repeatedly called for massive tax rises. She says, and this is a word, and this was a Guardian interview in 2022. She said, "I am not just a person who wants to raise taxes and share out more. I want everyone to pay their fair share of taxes." And she also claimed it was pernicious to suggest hard work leads to success. So the harder you work, the less you get, she's kind of saying. What is wrong with this woman? Why am I mentioning her? Why am I bringing this woman up? She's worked in finance at various places, some of them influential. She's worked at the World Bank, at the International Monetary Fund. She was employed by the London School of Economics. She had a doctorate in economics at Oxford University. She is a real economist, not like Reeves, who just lies about it. However, and this is where it is, when she worked for the World Bank, back in the day, she was a vice president. She joined in 1990, worked her way up and become a vice president. She was earning £200 to about £250,000 a year. We're going back 20 years ago. That was a lot of money back then. And of course, working for the World Bank, it has this thing that it's the two words that mean so much when you work for the World Bank. Tax-free. She wasn't paying tax. Then she worked for the IMF. There, she earned somewhere in the region of another 250 to 300,000. Sorry, no, I lied. She earned 300 to 350,000 pounds a year. And guess what? Guess what? If you're thinking, was it tax-free? You'd be right. She worked at the LSE, London School of Economics. Now, she did have to pay a little bit of tax on the income she had, which was around 200,000 a year, but she didn't have to pay tax on the accommodation, this very large plush accommodation, or on all her expenses, which amounted to over 200,000 a year as well. So, not exactly tax-free, but very low tax. And then she spent years as a permanent secretary to the Department of International Development, where she was with the, quote, high earners group, which also meant not only was she earning about £200,000 a year doing that, she also enjoyed the generous civil service pension benefits worth £60,000 a year going into her pension, which was tax-free. Yeah. She's basically worked her whole life and paid fuck all tax. And now she's calling, as a woman who doesn't pay tax, for everyone else to have their taxes raised. I'm going to suggest if she actually paid tax all those years, we wouldn't need to raise tax so much, would we? She is the Prime Minister's chief economic advisor, advising him to put taxes up, while she herself doesn't pay them. Sweet, isn't it? Good work, good work. I mean, well played, love. Well played. You're clever. You got your doctorate. I mean, I'm not denigrating you. You've played a blinder. It's just a shame that having succeeded so well yourself, you feel it's necessary to shit on everyone below you. That's the thing that really grinds my cheese. But tell me, what do you think? What do you think of this? And what do you think of the whole bloody shower of them? Honestly, it's Terry Thomas, isn't it? Your shower, an absolute shower. They are. I've even got the gap tooth, look. I could do Terry Thomas. Do you know Basil Brush was based on Terry Thomas? You probably knew that. Anyway, there we go. Thanks very much. Take care. Speak soon. Goodbye. Hit subscribe.